Hello and welcome to the second episode of Cobra Chats, an FSDB podcast where students highlight projects on ECC skills and leadership opportunities. This is your host, Hillary Norman, and I have 5 special entries for your enjoyment today. First up will be Moses, sharing the importance of history. Caitlin, interviewing Miss Jensen, our Teacher of the Year. Khayree with another book review. Leland sharing with us about the new leadership club available in high school. And we'll be finishing off with Micah talking about the profession of voice acting. Music is from Gabby Cuevas. We'll be starting with one of our 5th grade students, Moses. He will be sharing with us his journal entry on Veterans Day.
Hello, I am Moses Jeudy, and I'm here to tell you about Veterans Day, to honor the people who died for us and to honor the people who are still alive to this day. I'm thankful for the military, because if we didn't have the military, some enemies could just come and kill us. That's not good. So we have the military to protect our nation from destruction. When people are allies, things convert and things can stay the same. But in our society, things can change. That's why in war, people think very methodically, so no one can die. The military are there so we can be safe. You can join the military at 18. There has been countless deaths in America, so we have to keep our nation strong to the end so no one can die. We have to stay strong. Thank you for listening to my speech and have a nice day.
Thank you, Moses, and a big thank you to all the veterans out there. You are appreciated. Up next is one of our 8th graders, Caitlin White, who will be interviewing one of our exceptional Teacher of the Year, Bridget Jensen.
Hello, beautiful people. This is Caitlin. I have with me Mrs. Jensen. Mrs. Jensen has agreed to do an interview with me. How long have you been a teacher at FSDB?
This is my 7th year.
What do you teach at FSDB?
I currently teach math in the blind high school, mostly algebra.
How long have you known Braille to help your students?
I learned Braille the first week I was here on campus. I got to observe classes my first week before I started on my own, and I got to look over the tops of the Braillers and look at their papers. And then on my own time at home, I kind of studied it, so I'd be ready when it was my turn.
Do you use technology in your classroom, and will you tell us about it?
I have a smart board that I use daily for my lectures, and I also have the students with their laptops signed into a Teams chat with me so they can see my smart board. So my VI students can actually see what I'm writing on the board on their laptops, so they can zoom in and see it closer and not have to be right up on top of the board. And then I also have the students use their own devices sometimes for projects, and then I myself have a desktop hooked up to an embosser so I can make my tactile information for the students, and then my own personal work laptop that I use for everything else.
How does it feel being Teacher of the Year for all of FSDB?
Winning District Teacher of the Year was amazing. One of the best experiences of my life. I got to go to a conference over the summer with all the other District Teachers of the Year in the state. So there's 74 different districts, and I got to meet with all 74 of them. And we went to different learning sessions together. We got to meet really cool people. I met the Commissioner of Education for Florida. And I also got to go to a really fancy gala at the end of it where you wore evening gowns and suits and you had fancy dinner, and it was broadcast live to the state so you could see it, and everyone got introduced as their District Teacher of the Year. And now I even got to join a program where I get to help mentor other teachers.
Thank you again, Mrs. Jensen, for letting me interview you. Congratulations on being Teacher of the Year for all of FSDB.
Thank you so much, Caitlin. It was great talking with you.
Thank you, Caitlin, for highlighting our wonderful Miss Jensen. We're lucky to have her. What have you been reading lately? I just finished 2 excellent books by Amy McCulloch. Jinxed and its sequel, Unleashed, create a world where technology has advanced to the point that you can have an electronic pet of your choice that has all the capabilities of your favorite smartphone. It's a very good read. I highly recommend. Up next, we have Khayree with another book review.
Hi, this is Khayree Lofton back again with another book report about The Lightning Thief. The Lightning Thief was written by Rick Riordan. The Lightning Thief is about a 12-year-old boy named Percy Jackson and his adventures across the U.S. Percy Jackson is a demigod. A demigod is a half-human, half-god kid. His parents are Poseidon, the sea god, and a regular human named Sally. In the book, Percy and his friends travel across the U.S. from New York to Los Angeles to find the lightning bolt that another god stole from Zeus. I give this book a 5 out of 5 because the pacing is good, the plot is good, and everything about it is good. If you like action, romance, and adventure books, this is the book for you. Bye, and I'll see you in the next one. Have a nice day.
Thank you, Khayree, for sharing about a book you enjoy. Our blind high school has a new leadership club. Here's Leland interviewing Taylor and Theodis to give us some insight into what it's all about.
Hello, this is Leland. I'm here with
Theodis.
Taylor.
You are part of a leadership club. Explain a little bit about it.
Well, leadership is something that we just started this year. It's where we have a group of students from the blind department, and we do different things like we discuss, like issues or, things that we would like to, things that we want to happen or things that interest us. We help with things like homecoming, or like dances, different things like that. It's everybody is very engaged with everything, and everybody has a chance to speak. So, yeah.
Yeah, so that is part of it. So basically what he said, and it's kind of like the leadership club is organized so that we have people who can go to administration when the blind high school as a community wants to make a change to something. So, like, for example, the homecoming days, we were part of figuring out what those were going to be. We're discussing trying to do something with kind of going to administration about the cafeteria, because we've been getting complaints about that. So there's been a few different things we've discussed, so we're just trying to figure out what we're going to do with those.
How did the club get started?
Well, in the previous years, we had something called Student Council. There was really no one to help out with it because the previous staff left, and then COVID and everything happened, so there wasn't really much we could do with that anymore. So they wanted to do something where we were doing more and it was more engaging for people. So Mr. Crozier and Miss Mackey, I believe, started leadership this year.
Yep, so they started it because they wanted students to be able to have more of a say in what happened with different situations, different clubs, different events, stuff like that. So that's kind of how it got started.
How did you get involved?
Well, a few years ago, I think I was a sophomore. Our class, I'm a senior, but at the time I was a sophomore, so our class would vote for people that they would like to represent each class, and I was voted on one because my class thought that I was a very good speaker, and they thought that I would be a good advocate for our class. So I basically got voted on the student council, and then this year I was selected to be on the leadership team.
I was part of the National Junior Honor Society in 8th grade, but I don't really know if that had anything to do with it. I just got this email saying, hey, do you want to be on the leadership council? And I was like, sure. And so then I got involved and started attending meetings and engaging in conversation, so that's about it.
In your opinion, what are important qualities of a leader?
I think a leader is someone who motivates other people, a positive person, someone who has confidence, a prideful person, but also not someone who is too prideful. I feel like a leader is someone who can help others.
I think that a leader needs to be somebody who cares about other people. When you think leader, you can think like, oh, they know how to do everything, which, obviously that's not true. It's more like, I think a leader should be somebody who cares about other people, wants to help other people, and is good at expressing themselves and advocating for themselves, because if you can't do that, it's hard to help people understand what you're trying to advocate for.
Thank you for joining me today to share about leadership. Remember, even you can be a leader. Make choices for the good.
Thank you, Leland, Theodis, and Taylor, for sharing about leadership qualities and one of the wonderful opportunities that we have here at FSDB to help set you up for success in the future. Your world truly opens up when you're able to see from a multitude of perspectives and be able to self-advocate. Last but not least, we have Mike Bernier. Mike is in the 10th grade, and he will be giving you an entry in career education, voice acting.
Hello everyone, my name is Micah Bernier, and today I will be doing a recording on how to become a voice actor. So there are a couple of things that you will need. One, you will need to know how to read a script, and whenever I say read a script, I mean you'll need to know how to read the script, but be in character as you read. Say that you are a Russian that is coming to Great Britain and you want to learn more about the country. You'll want to put inflection in your voice. You'll want to make it sound real, make it sound believable, make it sound like the character's alive. You don't want it to seem like you're reading off of a script. For instance, like I said, you could be a Russian that is going to Great Britain or something like that. Like, hello there, I'm very excited to be in England. I've never been here before. I really wish to learn about the culture. And you don't want to make it seem like you're just reading off a script. Hello there, I really like to learn about the culture. I'm really excited. No, that's not how you want to do it. Also, off of that point, you want to know how to do the accent correctly. And to do the accent right, you want to be around people that have that accent. Say that you want to do a British accent. You'll want to be around people from Great Britain that speak like that. Otherwise, you might not sound believable, and you might not sound real, and that character won't sound as good. You'll want the character to sound real and sound like it's actually alive. And another big one that you'll want to do is know how to use technology. For instance, if you are an iPhone user and you want to use a program but it's on Android, you'll want to get well versed in Android first, and you really would want to learn about Android, or maybe just learn about the program that you're trying to use. And you'll want to know how to use this program. You'll want to know how to use it and how to actually do everything correctly. Like, for instance, you would need a program for maybe controlling the reverberation, or maybe just censoring background noise, like just getting background noise out of the recording, or maybe you'll just want to do slight adjustments like that. Maybe turn up the volume or something. Another big one that a lot of voice actors do is they practice their voices. And I know that sounds like, you've heard that all the time. You've heard it everywhere. Practice, 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 practice makes perfect. But it's really true. Whenever you're a voice actor, a lot of them, they just read, and they do different voices for the different things that they read. Maybe they're reading a shopping list. Maybe they're reading the newspaper. Maybe they're reading a magazine or something. A lot of them, they read children's books, and they do the different voices for the different characters. Like, the big giant said, "This is my house, and I don't want you coming here ever again." And the chipmunk said, "But I really love your house. It's amazing." Right? Like, you'll want to practice, 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 because practice really does make perfect. Or at least as close as perfect as you can be. Another big one is a lot of voice actors, they have, some voice actors, I'm not sure about all of them, but some voice actors, they have a personal home studio, and they have equipment that they can use, because if you're a voice actor, you're able to work from home. You don't have to be in a big studio at a big building with a big corporation. You could be in the comfort of your own home, in your own office chair, right? Like, you can be using your own computer. A lot of voice actors do this because they like being home. Another one is, you'd want to know where you're going. You just want to do all the background information. You got to know where you're going. You got to know who you're working with. You got to know everything. So, if you're a voice actor, a lot of voice actors, they actually try and learn about, the different places they can possibly be working, the different gigs they might get. That's a really big one. You just got to do your research. So I said earlier that I would do different voice impressions. So a big one that I do a lot, I like to mess around with my friends, just pretend to be different people and stuff. And one that I do, it is a deeper one. It's a deeper voice that I like to do around my friends, just scare them a little bit. For instance,
"Hey there, guys. My name is Donnell. Nice to meet all of you guys. I'm having a great day today, and the weather is nice. It's nice and cold, and I love it. Yeah, the weather is nice and fine, guys."
I have a higher pitched one. "Hello, everybody. How are you guys today? I really like, everything. The world is nice, and reality is fun." I just like to practice. That's something that I do a lot. I practice and try and hone my skills, try and get them better. And that's something that everyone's got to do. And, that's just the biggest thing you can do. If you want to be a voice actor, the biggest thing you can do, my one piece of advice that I can give you, you just need to practice. All right, guys? It's been fun. And I really hope to see you guys later. And, hope that you guys have a great day. Goodbye.
Thank you, Micah, for sharing your knowledge and giving us some demonstrations on voice acting. And that's it for our second FSDB podcast. I hope you enjoy. Remember, as always, you can do more, be more, achieve more with FSDB.